You know, Naruto isn't just a story about flashy jutsus and epic ninja battles. No. At its heart, it's really about the journey of this lonely kid, a total outcast, who somehow became a symbol of hope for the entire world. So today, we're going to break down the key story arcs that really defined Naruto Uzumaki, focusing on the moments that shaped his character, his beliefs, and ultimately, his destiny. Okay, let's dive right in. The whole saga, everything, is built on this one really powerful idea. The emotional journey of a boy who was so desperate to be seen, to connect with people, and how that need ended up changing everything. We're going to track exactly how that transformation happened, step by step. So here's our game plan. We'll start with his first real connection, then see how his principles got forged in the real world. We'll get into the ultimate test of his friendship with Sasuke, tackle his biggest moral challenge during Pain's invasion, see his final step into adulthood, and then we'll tie it all together with the one core theme that explains everything. All right, so our story really begins right at the very start with the Stealing the Scroll arc. This is ground zero. This is where Naruto's lifelong quest to just be acknowledged truly kicks off. Look, what's really important here isn't the forbidden scroll or the new technique he learns. It's Aruka. For the first time in his entire life, someone looked past the nine-tailed fox, past the monster everyone else saw, and actually acknowledged him, Naruto Uzumaki, as a person. That single moment of acceptance, it became the foundation for everything that came after. It set him on the path to becoming Hokage. And the technique he learns here is just as important. The Shadow Clone Jutsu is way more than just his signature move. It's a perfect metaphor for his entire philosophy. Think about it. Each clone shares its experiences with the original. It symbolizes exactly how he grows, through a ton of hard work and shared experience. It's all about learning by doing together. Okay, so next, we see how that foundation gets tested in the Land of Waves arc. This is Team 7's first real mission, and man, it's where Naruto's simple black and white view of the world just gets completely shattered. And this is the central lesson he walks away with. Coming face to face with Zabuza and Haku forces him to see that even his enemies, the bad guys, have people they care about, reasons they fight, and yeah, a humanity of their own. It's a really harsh but absolutely necessary dose of reality for him. So by watching Zabuza and Haku's story unfold, Naruto learns that true strength isn't just about raw power, it's about having something precious to protect. This is the exact moment his own personal ninja way is born, to try and understand his opponents, not just beat them into the ground. All right, next up is one of the most emotional and pivotal arcs in the entire series, the Sasuke retrieval arc. This is where friendship stops being just a word. It becomes a promise that demands incredible, painful sacrifice. What this arc does so brilliantly is put the two core philosophies of the series right up against each other. On one side, you have Naruto, who believes in building bonds and saving people through understanding. And on the other, you have Sasuke, who thinks true strength comes from being alone, from cutting those same bonds for the sake of revenge. Their clash isn't just a fight, it's a full-blown battle of ideals. And what's so crucial to remember is that this mission wasn't just about Naruto. It was a trial by fire for his entire generation. You've got characters like Shikamaru, Neji, Choji, Kiba. They were all pushed to their absolute limits, and it forced them to grow up fast. It was a shared turning point for all of them. Okay, now we're entering what many fans consider the emotional peak of the entire saga, the Pain's invasion arc. This is where Naruto is forced to stare the cycle of hatred right in the face and make a choice that will define him forever. I mean, the stakes have never been higher. His village is literally annihilated right in front of him, and he's still reeling from the death of his master, Jiraiya. Naruto is pushed way past his breaking point, facing a pain so huge that getting revenge seems like the only logical answer. And yet, he returns. But he's not some vengeful kid anymore. He shows up as the village's savior. He's mastered Sage Mode, he's carrying everyone's hopes on his shoulders, and he's ready to face the man who caused all this suffering. It's honestly one of the most iconic entrances in anime history. And this right here is the ultimate test. After everything he's lost, Naruto chooses to talk to his enemy, Nagato. He sees that Nagato is also an outcast, and he understands that pain can create monsters. He chooses to understand Nagato's pain and breaks the cycle of hatred by refusing revenge. For a main character in a shonen series, which is usually all about fighting and overpowering your enemies, This decision to forgive is both incredibly rare and the final proof of his maturity. It's huge. Our final major stop is a canonical film that acts as a super important bridge in Naruto's life, The Last. This one isn't about war, it's about Naruto the man and his final steps toward finding a totally new kind of connection. This movie is so important because it fills a crucial emotional gap for him. I mean, think about it. For a guy who has only ever understood friendship and family bonds, he has to learn what romantic love even is. It's here that he finally understands Hinata's feelings for him, which lets him build the foundation for the family he never had. It's the final piece of the puzzle, taking him from a lonely kid to a man secure in stable, loving relationships. So, after looking at all these defining moments, what's the one theme that ties his entire incredible journey together? Well, it all really comes down to a single, powerful word. Yeah, sure, his physical power grew to absolutely insane, god-like levels. But his true strength, the power that actually changed the world, that came from his ever-expanding capacity for empathy. It was his ability to see himself in other people, to understand their pain, and to pull them out of the darkness of their own hatred. The key is acceptance. It all started with his desperate need to be accepted by Iruka and his village. Then it grew into him accepting the humanity of his enemies, like Haku and Nagato. And it all culminated in him finally accepting the love that Hinata offered him, allowing him to build a family of his own. His entire life is one long arc of giving and receiving acceptance. And that's really what makes his character so timeless. It's a journey we can all connect with in some way. So I want to leave you with a question. Which moment in Naruto's long, long journey was the one that made you truly connect with him? Let us know what you think.